I'm the guy who did the Hulk. I love the Hulk so much.
I mean, I'm sorry. Look,
And they
he is
fucking-
a guy who did the Hulk, but he is not the guy that I think of when I think of the guys that did the Hulk. Sorry. I mean, unfortunately, one of the guys that I do think of is now also a Comicsgate Rippaverse motherfucker. You guys want to look into him real quick? Joe Bennett?
Yeah, sure.
Did you ever read Immortal Hulk at all, DJ?
Some of it. I haven't read the whole run, but I have read some of it. Yeah.
I mean, it's generally viewed as just one of, if not the best Hulk run. Sorry. At least of the modern era. This was after he, in the comics in canon, was killed during the Civil War II event. And what Al Ewing decided to do whenever they brought him back was kind of update the lore, kind of make some tweaks, and make it a body horror, kind of supernatural angle. So, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty gross in a fun way. If you like body horror at all, or just cool, crazy comic book art, you get stuff like this.
Oh, nice.
So what the deal is like he finds out once he comes back to life that the Hulk actually can't die. That's why it's called the Immortal Hulk. Bruce Banner can be killed, but eventually the Hulk is going to come back, and then whenever the Hulk kind of goes away again, Bruce Banner is going to be back, right? So he's immortal. And then they go through the whole, it's a 50-issue run, and it's fucking pretty incredible, just start to finish. But then right at the end of the run, as they had already completed all of the issues, all the way to number 50, it actually was supposed to end at number 25, and it was so popular they just fucking kept it going. And right toward the end, I think it was maybe 47 was the one that was out at the time. Some stuff came out. So Al Ewing is fucking incredible writer, one of the best working today. He came out with a statement condemning his artist, who it's been them two the whole 50 issues. It's Al Ewing writing, Joe Bennett drawing. Whoops. And then of course they had these Alex Ross covers that were fucking awesome as well. Just crazy ass story with just Hulk, doing all kinds of crazy shit, and it's fun. So kind of like what comics should be about, kind of vibe, right? So they've been working together for the recent epic and well-reviewed Immortal Hulk since 2018. In recent months, Bennett's negative behavior has begun to overshadow the collaboration for Marvel. Today, Ewing took to Twitter to speak out about Bennett in an image that has been making the rounds since 2017. Ewing writes, "There's an image doing the rounds that Joe Bennett drew back in 2017. I won't link to it, but I have seen it, and it's reprehensible." Thread follows. "If you've seen the image, you know what it is. An armored swordsman, which I assume represents Bolsonaro, given Joe's commentary, slaughtering tiny, scurrying people with buck teeth and ears of rats, and big noses. One of them is cosplaying Dracula. I'm assuming these are political enemies of some kind, but even if not, the tropes are apparent. Human beings as vermin being exterminated, even if it's no longer up. That it was drawn in the first place, signed and so proudly displayed by Joe speaks volumes. This isn't the first issue with Joe that I've been made aware of. I've spoken behind the scenes, but that's no comfort to people at the sharp end of this kind of brutal propaganda. My lack of public visibility on this has let people down, and I apologize. In the interest of adding some material action to that apology, I've made donations to Rainbow Railroad and the Rainforest Trust. I understand if that feels like an empty or insufficient gesture for those reading this. Immortal Hulk is done, but I won't be working with Joe again. If people choose not to pick up my work with other artists in the future on the basis of my handling of this, I understand and accept that. If I've lost your trust, that's on me. Can't speak for Joe. He can speak for himself." So yeah, honestly, really fucking solid apology, accountability for not saying something sooner. So in Immortal Hulk number 43, I remember when that was, yeah. It's I don't know, hard to tell. So here in the window, you've got the Star of David. This is a pawn shop, right? And it says jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Now his excuse was that he was drawing the letters backwards and he just didn't realize that he left out a letter or whatever. I think that's bullshit.
That is bullshit. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Especially whenever there's literally the Star of David on the window. It's like, okay, how much more fucking obvious can you get, man? Yeah, you know, it's like he makes a fucking bullshit excuse here. He's trying to maintain his job at this point, I guess. So there was another incident in the past where he responded to a transgender joke about She-Hulk with laughing emojis, stated that journalist Glenn Greenwald should have been punched instead of slapped in 2019. And so they marveled, you know, this is one good thing, I guess, about digital comics. They can correct that stuff now. Yeah. So there's that. He was not fired after this incident, apparently. But after that image started going around and Al Ewing called him out, he was fired.
Right.
And we can look at the image. I have that here just to see. Maybe it's not so bad, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you know, fashy shit. So then where did Joe go before he actually went to Rippaverse? He got a job with another publisher. You guys want to take a guess? Let's go to our trusted bounding into comics here.
Oh,
Joined
Arcaven. Arcaven, of course.
You know, Vox Day, the Nazi.
Yeah.
Seems like a good fit for him. And there's that again. So yeah, that's Joe Bennett. And he is the artist on Alphacore with Chuck Dixon, who is also he's a QAnon proponent, which is essentially, or just is, redressed Jewish conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Start to see a pattern emerging, right?
You know, maybe this is unrelated, but I'm seeing that all of the announced artists for the Rippaverse are Brazilian.
Oh, well, that's probably because of
Cliff is Brazilian, Joe is Brazilian, and Deborah is Brazilian. Those are the three artists they've announced.
It's probably because of Glass House Studios.
Right. Yeah. I'm just thinking like there's a like the connections are starting to build there because Glass House Studios was the ones that are doing all the finishing work, which people have explained that's probably why it's an inconsistency in the pages of ISOM 1 and 2. But also the main artists are Brazilian as well.
So this is Glass House Graphic Studios, whatever it's called. Oh, look there. Look who we got. Let's read about the Rippaverse.
Oh, look, Deborah Carita's right there. Deborah Carita is right there on that page you just looked at. She's like the first article right there. That's the Yaira artist right there.
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
And look at this fucking just like janky ass website with like this flash fucking thing.
Jesus.
They're artists and they're graphics people, and this is what their website looks like. Look, we're home, or half of it anyway. I don't know, it's weird, right? Like it feels weird to just have this, all of his art going through this, right?
Yeah. I wonder why. This would explain why he has a lot of guest people that are not Brazilian doing covers, but all the actual comics are done by Brazilian artists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, and this website is a piece of shit.
Yeah, look how it's look how the side of it kind of goes off.
Yeah, you can't
in
even
2023. Like it should conform to the browser. Why is it doing that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just saying, if I was going to hire someone to do art or graphics or design of any kind for me and their website would look like this, I would not hire them. Because it's kind of just, that's a few of our clients.
I wonder what they do for Lego and Marvel. I wonder what they're...
DC, Hasbro, I mean, there's some pretty big names here. Upper Deck, Random House, Disney, Del Rey.
So my question is, gosh, it always goes back to this. If Eric July has an issue with those companies, why is he working with a graphical coloring company or art company that has ties to the brands that he has issues with?
Oh, I mean,
the answer is pretty obvious. The answer is pretty obvious, but you know,
because it's a grift.
Yeah.
God, that's
retouch or redo, fix you up right. So they literally have this, like, you can send in a picture and they'll
Yep.
fix it for you. They'll do look, they're advertising website design on this website.
Wow. Let's see who's to blame. Oh,
Look
Oh.
at this. Look.
oh no.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
This is hilarious. Look, the PNG file splits down the middle. It doesn't even fill up the whole. They don't even have it done right. It doesn't
Oh my.
fill up the
God.
whole screen. And that's not even a hard graphic to do. You could make that in Photoshop in like 5 seconds.
You've just, I mean, all you would do is flip it around and the other way, and then you could at least have it meeting in the middle and have it symmetrical. But like, there's nothing fucking coming up. There's nothing. You can't even click all. This is insane. It's almost like made to be comedy.
It's almost like it's a front for something, because I mean, there's no way, right? I mean, brilliant strokes. Look, nothing.
You guys try too, just so I'm looking, make sure it's not like
Okay, I'm gonna go right now.
browser.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right now. No, it's doing the same thing for me.
Okay.
Like, I'll pull it up now so we have proof. Because if you are gonna upload this, I don't want. So
It's a fake.
if you scroll down, Turf, there's an ad there that has flipping, like, rotating ads. Right below that, right there. So
Yeah.
click any of those, and it'll take you to like a dead page.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, there's like 2 splits.
Oh, you get 2 splits. Maybe because I was looking at it on my my smaller monitor. Let me pull it down to my double wide.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing for me, but we get the point. Just Turf says,
Fix you right up.
Fix
Oh,
you right
lovely.
up.
That's crazy.
No, thank you.
This is a well-made website.
if you scroll down beyond those ads, it has latest news, and you can't click.
Oh, you can actually see the full image there. You know, that was part of the problem. Just to be fair, I think that's what was going on mine, is that I was looking on my smaller monitor.
It's
and
still
I
bad
could've-
though, Dane. It's still
Yeah,
bad.
Just trying to be fair.
But if you click on, like, if you go down to the Jade Warriors thing, like if you go down to like latest news or whatever, you click on Jade Warriors proof of concept trailer. Click on that. It takes you to a page with nothing. The video is unavailable. And I want to point out that the last update on this website in terms of news, if you scroll down beyond the latest news to where it says Jinky Coronado's resume of projects, if you go below that, the last update on this site was Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. That was the last update.
Oh, so it's like a year ago.
So even if it's not like a front, it's just like a barely functioning fucking service, basically.
It's almost like one of those like 90s, like it's my own personal website thing. It says for more articles for David, click here. So I'm going to click there. And it takes me to his fucking Tumblr blog.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice.
So he is updating his Tumblr. The last update on his Tumblr was November 17th, but none of it is going over to the main website.
So what did you find about like exactly that they're doing for him? Because I mean, I'd heard people saying that they were doing
color.
touch up.
They're doing color. It's basically color and touch up, from what I can tell.
Okay.
But I do believe that, like with Deborah Corrida or whatever, whoever's doing Yaira, she clearly works for that studio. So because she had a page, like a link to a dead page, but she was linked there through their service. So they might be doing more than color. They might be actually supplying artists as well. At this point.
That would explain a little bit, I think, because like there's definitely some really inconsistent art on ISM.
Yeah.
Especially in number 2. You know?
Yeah.
I just like, this is how like this guy does this whole respect the customer thing. This is not fucking respect. This is the aesthetic of giving you something that's, you know, that just people trust this guy to like give them something that, you know, is high quality or whatever. And he talks about it being high quality. He puts it on high quality stock paper. He bragged about whenever the first issue was coming out of Isom that it was like on a stock that no comic book company uses, right?
Mm.
And it's like the best stock possible kind of thing. And it's like, okay, sure, that's cool, man, I guess. But like, also you're charging like $35 plus per issue, so fucking yeah, it better be on some nice paper. But then this is the kind of shit that like he tells them that he's getting these artists, and they're, they may not be the best names, but they have some recognition in the industry or whatever. But then they're not even really doing the art, and it's just going to, or at least some amount of it is going to this studio that isn't even, they're not, it's just fucking insane. It's like the more you scratch at the fucking Rippaverse ordeal, the more you just see a giant piece of shit underneath with some paint, a coat of paint on top.
Yeah, it looks like Cliff Richards, who draws Isom, and Joe Bennett, who does Alphacore, and obviously now Deborah, all still live in Brazil. Not that's a big deal, but it does sort of paint this picture that maybe they are more connected to that Glass House studio than. I wonder if that's how Eric hooked up with Cliff in the first place.
Yeah. So
did he reach out to Glass House and then they were like, "Oh, we have this artist Cliff that's worked for."
Reggie said here, he says, "I just found out Glass House Graphics has been involved with the Rippaverse. This is how Eric got Cliff and how Eric got Joe Bennett.
Yeah,
David Campiti was involved.
That's the guy that runs that website. That's him.
Yep.
David Campiti lives in Florida, by the way. I double checked on that.
So David Campiti is the guy who just started this company kind of thing, and he's like just got these people working for him in Brazil, but he doesn't actually put money into the website or anything, it seems like. Or any, right?
Right. Yeah. That's the guy that had the blog on Tumblr that I just talked about.
So I wonder how much money he's fucking making off of these Brazilian artists, too.
Probably worth looking into. So in 1993, Campiti resigned from Innovation, which I guess was the company he was with before, and founded Glass House Graphics, a new comics packager. So it's listed as a comics packager, according to the wiki page. Campiti gave comics workshops at conventions and art schools in Brazil and the Philippines. Oh, so he's also got a Filipino group working as well. In 1995, he served as art director. Wait, hold on, where does it say here? Interesting. He holds the position of CEO Manager USA and South America at Glass House Production. The company has offices in US, Brazil, Manila, Jakarta, and various other locations of Europe, coordinating a roster of worldwide talents that produce art stories and digital graphics for a range of publishers and studios. So they're basically just for hire. It seems kind of scummy. I clicked on a link to his Glass House graphic submission guidelines, and he's talking like one of those scummy managers, people that do sex work or something like that, where he's like, I connect you to people and I don't have time to listen to your sob stories and stuff like that or whatever. It seems like a really scummy, like, middleman to
Can you show that?
other people.
Tumblr link, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is a Tumblr. This is an old post too. Yeah, it sounds like he's doing you a favor when you submit work to him. Hold on, let me
right.
Which is a very common way that like these scummy guys function.
Yeah, I don't trust people when they talk like that at all.
All right, let me blow this up here. Glass House graphic submission guidelines. Any artist, inker, letterer, or colorist, or painter. So he's not looking for writers. So that's how Eric July got into the. So basically, Eric July, as long as you have the money, he will connect you with someone to make your comic, which is the vibe I'm getting from this. No links. I don't have time to wade through your depository of sketches or images unrelated to the work you want me to see. Instead, send a PDF of your work with your name on the file, or send me JPEGs with your name. For example, one JPEG or Art JPEG or Hulk JPEG tells me nothing. I won't be able to find your sample on my computer later. But something like Billy Olson, Hulk pencil samples 1 of 6, tells me the artist's name, the project, what service he's showing, whether or not page is published, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah. Man, he's like, it's like he's just, he has better shit to do than deal with you.
Exactly. Yeah, but it gets worse. Here it goes. If you're looking for work as a comics artist, submit sequential panel-to-panel stories, recognizable characters on our website. Has plenty of sample scripts if you need them. So they even give you like sample scripts. I only need 6 to 10 pages to show me how well you handle storytelling phases. So how did he hire people like Cliff then? Isom is awful with that. Anyway, body language, character performance, no pinups, no sketches. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to show. Don't pester me. You don't need to follow me up on Messenger asking me if I've looked at it yet. Well, you know how I've reviewed it? I've written back to you. It may be that I've looked at it and want a feedback from my managers or even a client whose views I trust, ... And those responses take time. When I do respond, don't abuse my time with 20 emails of questions asking me what I mean by your work is not at the level you work. You work is like, he's not even... You can't even take the time to get the sentence right. You work is not at the level I can sell to my clients. If your work was close enough where I thought I could coach you, I've said that. If I ask if you have any other styles, that's exactly what I mean. Do you have any other styles? Some artists work in multiple styles, some more sellable to contemporary clients than others. Some can even draw cartoony. He's a guy working with artists and he's using stuff like cartoony. Some can even draw cartoony licensing work on model, which can be quite lucrative. Ultimately, understand, I don't have to review your work ever. Particularly if you're not 100% ready to get jobs right now. I've coached and guided thousands of artists in my long history in comics, and I've done it because I want to help artists be the best they can be. So he's a good guy. He just wants you to be the best you can be.
Oh, of course.
But I only have so much time per day to do reviews because I have a company to run and a full roster of artists whose livelihood are depending on me. Of course, if you want me to hire in all caps, me to give you that much attention and teach you one-on-one, I can do that. So you can skip the line. If you want him to connect you to get money, you can give him money, but otherwise he doesn't have time, so don't bother him.
This guy's just a straight up scumbag.
Yeah
Damn.
I mean, but like, when you think about libertarians, and Eric July, like, it actually makes perfect sense that this is the route he would end up going.
I mean, I can actually see Eric July typing that whole statement. That sounds just like something Eric July would say, to be completely honest.
Well, I mean, like, because there's no professionalism there.
No,
aside from, like, obviously there's not really any professionalism in the art itself, but like there's no professionalism in how the business aspect of this is run at all. Throwing stones at his glass house,
Oh yeah, that's an interesting name. That's an interesting name for his company. Now that you mention that, Glass House Graphics.
All right, Turf, I know you're probably sitting there. We've just been holding you hostage, making you listen to comic book stuff.
Oh no! I mean, I know I could always leave. Yeah.